Is Hollywood haunted? Throughout film history, numerous productions have been plagued by bizarre accidents, strange coincidences, and phenomena so chilling, many call them paranormal. Are these just awful luck, or is there a darker force at play? Today, we're exposing the truth behind the cursed film shoots that Hollywood tried to forget, from mysterious on-set events to the shocking tragedies that scarred our favorite classics. These stories left an indelible mark on cinema, and they might leave one on you. Do you love unsolved mysteries and the dark side of movie history? Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell right now so you never miss a deep dive. Rebel Without a Cause is a teen drama directed by Nicholas Ray and starring James Dean, Natalie Wood, and Sal Mineo. The story follows Jim Stark, a troubled adolescent trying to find his place in a world that seems to reject him. With its raw focus on rebellious youth and social disenchantment, the film became an icon of 50s cinema. However, behind the fame and recognition, the fate of its protagonists was marked by tragedy. Just days after wrapping the shoot, 24-year-old James Dean suffered a fatal car accident while driving his Porsche 550 Spider, known as Little Bastard. The car crashed on a California highway on September 30, 1955, claiming his life. Curiously, Dean had spoken about the possibility of dying young, leading to rumors of a self-fulfilling prophecy. Alec Guinness, an actor and friend of James Dean, stated that days before the accident, the young man showed him his car, and Guinness warned him, "If you keep driving that car, you'll be dead in a week." James Dean passed away 7 days after that conversation. In 1976, Sal Mineo, who played Plato, Jim Stark's friend in the film, lost his life during a robbery near his Los Angeles apartment. At just 37, his death left many questions, as it was initially speculated to be a hate crime due to his sexual orientation. Natalie Wood, who played Judy, the female lead, drowned in 1981 under mysterious circumstances. The actress was on a yacht with her husband, Robert Wagner, and actor Christopher Walken. Despite official reports labeling her death accidental, many theories suggest she did not fall into the water by accident. Natalie Wood's sister, Lana Wood, and several investigators have claimed her death may have been provoked, pointing to inconsistencies in the official story. Rebel Without a Cause made film history, but it also remained in memory for the tragic fate of its cast. Was it simply a result of life in Hollywood, or is there a dark connection between the actors? Ghost Whisperer, starring Jennifer Love Hewitt, follows the story of Melinda Gordon, a woman with the ability to communicate with the spirits of the deceased. Her mission is to help them resolve unfinished business so they can cross over to the other side. The series, created by John Gray, ran for 5 seasons and became a staple of the supernatural genre. What's curious is that during production, several crew members reported unexplained events, leading to speculation about whether the series was attracting paranormal energies. Jennifer Love Hewitt mentioned in interviews that she felt unexplained presences on several occasions while filming intense scenes. Some crew members also reported seeing shadows moving on set without a clear light source. During production, light and microphone failures were recorded, especially during episodes with darker plots. On some occasions, devices would stop working for no apparent reason, leading to speculation about possible supernatural interference. The actress has stated in several interviews that she believes in ghosts and has had personal experiences with the supernatural. Although some cast members were skeptical, Hewitt asserted that certain moments on set made her question whether they were really surrounded by unexplained energies. Ghost Whisperer brought stories of spirits and unfinished business to the screen, but the events that occurred during its production have made many question if they truly awakened something beyond fiction. Ghost of Goodnight Lane is a thriller directed by Alan Bijan that revolves around a production team that begins to notice paranormal phenomena at their workplace. The story is based on real experiences that occurred in the studio where the movie was filmed, which makes its mystery transcend the screen. What's unsettling is that, during filming, the crew and actors claim to experience unexplained events that seem to mirror the film's plot. From the first days of shooting, several crew members reported seeing spectral figures moving on set. These shadows seem to appear in dark corners and hallways, But when security cameras were checked, no one was physically present at those moments on several occasions. The technical crew faced constant problems with the studio lights. They would turn on and off by themselves, even after being inspected. Additionally, cameras would fail at key moments, leaving some shots with unexpected interference. In one instance recorded by the technicians themselves, some chairs were captured moving without explanation in the middle of filming. Although they tried to find a rational cause at the time, the event was recorded and remains one of the most unsettling pieces of evidence from the shoot. Alan Bijan, the film's director, confirmed in interviews that the studio where it was filmed had a history of paranormal activity before the shoot. According to him, some events that inspired the film actually occurred in that very location. The actors recounted strange experiences, such as sudden temperature changes and a feeling of being watched when they were alone on set. Rosemary's Baby, directed by Roman Polanski, is one of the most influential psychological thrillers in horror cinema. The story follows Rosemary Woodhouse, a young pregnant woman who begins to suspect her husband and neighbors belong to a satanic cult with plans for her baby. The film was a resounding success, but its production was marked by a series of unsettling events, some tragic, others shrouded in mystery. William Castle, the film's producer, received a threatening letter claiming the film had awakened dangerous energies. Shortly after, he suffered a severe kidney problem. It is said that before collapsing, he muttered, "Rosemary, her baby," as if reliving the film's plot. Shortly after the premiere, Sharon Tate, wife of director Roman Polanski, was the victim of an atrocious crime by the Manson family in a crime that shocked Hollywood. Sharon was 8 months pregnant, which drew chilling parallels to the film, in which the protagonist has a disturbing pregnancy. Christoph Komeda, who composed the film's unsettling soundtrack, suffered an accident in 1969 that left him in a coma. He died shortly afterward under circumstances some consider suspicious, adding to the feeling that the film was surrounded by a curse. Roman Polanski has never denied the strange coincidences surrounding the film but has avoided attributing them to the supernatural, and William Castle, before his death, declared that he always believed something dark surrounded the project. The Crow is a dark fantasy action film directed by Alex Proyas, based on the comic by James O'Barr. The story follows Eric Draven, a musician whose life was taken along with his fiancée, who returns from the dead to get revenge. With its gothic aesthetic and somber atmosphere, it became a cult film, but its production was marked by a real tragedy. The protagonist, Brandon Lee, son of the legendary Bruce Lee, lost his life during filming in an accident that continues to generate controversy. During a key scene, Eric Draven was supposed to be hit by a blast from a prop gun. However, due to a handling error, a real bullet was lodged in the barrel. When fired, the bullet hit Brandon Lee in the abdomen, mortally wounding him. He was rushed to the hospital but died hours later on March 31, 1993, at age 28. Brandon Lee's tragedy was seen by some as part of a family curse, recalling the premature death of his father, Bruce Lee, in 1973 under mysterious circumstances. The Lee family was always surrounded by speculation about conspiracies or negative energies. In the film, Eric Draven returns from the dead to settle scores with those who unjustly took his life, creating a strange parallel to Brandon Lee's fate. The symbolism of the Crow and its narrative of revenge became even more impactful after the tragedy. The production team asserted that the accident was a technical error, but doubts about the weapon's handling still persist. James O'Barr, creator of the comic, stated that Lee's death gave him a profound sense of guilt, and he avoided discussing the topic for years. The Possession is a horror film directed by Ole Borndahl, released in 2012. The story centers on a family that acquires a strange wooden box, which turns out to be possessed by an evil spirit. As the youngest daughter becomes obsessed with the object, terrifying events begin to happen in their home. But the most unsettling part is that the film was inspired by the real legend of the Dybbuk box, and many believe the production awakened unexplained phenomena. During filming, several technical devices suddenly stopped working, including lights and microphones. Some crew members claimed the failures happened during key scenes, as if something were interfering with the production. After filming wrapped, the warehouse storing the film's props unexpectedly caught fire, completely destroying the Dybbuk box used in the movie. The cause of the fire was never fully determined, and many considered it a supernatural warning. Several actors, including Jeffrey Dean Morgan, mentioned feeling temperature changes and unsettling presences during some scenes. Although Morgan has stated he doesn't believe in the paranormal, he admitted that certain moments made him question his skepticism. Matisyahu, who was in the film, stated in interviews that the atmosphere on set was unsettling, with a sense of an unexplained presence. The production team opted not to bring the original Dybbuk box onto the set due to the terrifying stories associated with it. Poltergeist, directed by Tobe Hooper and produced by Steven Spielberg, is one of the classics of horror cinema. The story follows the family who begins to experience paranormal events in their home, until their youngest daughter is dragged into the spirit world through the television. With striking visual effects and an unsettling atmosphere, the film became a phenomenon, but also a work surrounded by unexpected deaths and disturbing coincidences. From its production to its sequels, several cast members suffered tragedies, leading to the Poltergeist curse theory. One of the most chilling rumors is that the production used real human skeletons in the iconic pool scene. Actress JoBeth Williams, who played the family's mother, mentioned in interviews that she didn't discover the truth until after filming. Some believe the use of these remains attracted negative energies to the film. JoBeth Williams claimed that after each day of filming, she would come home to find her paintings inexplicably moved. Zelda Rubinstein, who played the medium Tangina, mentioned in interviews that something dark surrounded the film, although she never elaborated. Additionally, several crew members reported objects moving on their own, unexplained electrical failures, and a sense of a presence while filming. There were even theories that the actors themselves began to experience paranormal events after filming. These were some of the actors' sudden deaths. Dominique Dunne, who played Dana, the oldest daughter, lost her life at the hands of her ex-boyfriend in 1982, shortly after the premiere. Heather O'Rourke, the child star who played Carol and died at age 12 in 1988 from unexpected medical complications before the third film. Will Sampson, who played the shaman in Poltergeist 2, passed away shortly after filming due to health problems. And Julian Beck, the terrifying villain in Poltergeist 2, died of cancer during the production of the sequel. Poltergeist left its mark on cinematic horror, but the events that occurred on and off the set have led many to wonder if there was truly something beyond fiction. The Amityville Horror is one of the most famous horror stories in cinema, based on the book by Jay Anson, which documents the alleged paranormal events that occurred in the Amityville, New York house. The first film adaptation premiered in 1979, directed by Stuart Rosenberg, and in 2005, a remake was made starring Ryan Reynolds. The story follows the Lutz family, who move into the house where, 1 year earlier, Ronald DeFeo Jr. took the lives of 6 members of his family, claiming he heard voices forcing him to do it. Shortly after moving in, the Lutzes experienced paranormal phenomena, leading them to abandon the house in less than a month. What's unsettling is that during the production of both films, unexplained events occurred that reinforced the legend of the Amityville curse. During the filming of the 2005 version, the crew reported unexplained electrical failures, objects moving on their own, and a sense of a presence on set. Ryan Reynolds mentioned that he would wake up at 3:15 a.m. on several occasions, the same time the tragic events occurred in the real house. He also noted the atmosphere on set was strange and that several crew members felt unexplained temperature changes. Actor James Brolin, star of the 1979 version, stated that before accepting the role, he read the Amityville Horror book. At that moment, a pair of pants hanging in his room fell for no apparent reason, which left him uneasy and made him question his skepticism. The Lutzes, who lived through the real events, refused to participate in the 2005 film's production, alleging the story had been manipulated and they didn't want the terror they experienced to continue to be exploited. The Conjuring, directed by James Wan, is based on real cases investigated by demonologists Ed and Lorraine Warren. The story follows a family experiencing paranormal events in their home, while the Warrens try to help them. Its success led to the creation of a cinematic universe, including Annabelle, which explores the origin of the famous possessed doll. What's unsettling is that during the production of both films, unexplained events occurred that left the actors and production team with a sense of unease. During the filming of The Conjuring, Vera Farmiga, who played Lorraine Warren, avoided taking the script home because she felt a strange energy surrounding the story. Furthermore, on one occasion, she found unexplained claw marks on her computer. The team reported failures in lights and electrical equipment, especially during key scenes. On Annabelle, a technician claimed to see a dark figure moving on set, but when the cameras were checked, no one was there. After Annabelle's production, the warehouse storing the film's props mysteriously caught fire, destroying several objects, including a replica of the doll. Peter Safran, an Annabelle producer, mentioned that several crew members felt unexplained presences on set. The Omen, directed by Richard Donner, is one of cinema's most iconic horror films. The story follows Damien Thorne, a boy adopted by a wealthy family who, over time, is revealed to be the Antichrist, unleashing a series of deaths and supernatural events. The film became a classic, but its production was surrounded by accidents, deaths, and unexplained events, leading many to consider it a cursed shoot. During production, actor Gregory Peck and producer Mace Neufeld were traveling in separate planes when both were struck by lightning mid-flight. Furthermore, another plane that was scheduled to be used by the production team changed its route at the last minute and ended up crashing, killing all passengers. Special effects supervisor John Richardson, who designed the film's famous decapitation scene, suffered a car accident in the Netherlands. His companion, Liz Moore, was killed in a manner similar to the scene Richardson had created for the film. Most chillingly, the accident occurred near a sign indicating the distance to the town of Omen, a name disturbingly similar to the film's title. In one of the most terrifying scenes, a group of baboons attacks the car carrying the protagonist. To achieve a realistic reaction, an alpha baboon was used to provoke the others. What's unsettling is that the very next day, the animal trainer was killed in an attack by another animal, leading to speculation about a possible connection to the film. Richard Donner, the director, mentioned in interviews that the shoot was full of unexplained events, although he never claimed they were supernatural. Gregory Peck, after the incidents on the flights, avoided talking about the coincidences, but some crew members asserted that the atmosphere during production was strangely tense. The Exorcist, directed by William Friedkin, is one of the most influential horror films in history. Based on the novel by William Peter Blatty, the story follows Regan McNeil, a girl who begins to show signs of demonic possession, leading her mother to seek help from two priests to perform an exorcism. Since its 1973 premiere, the film has been surrounded by rumors of a curse due to the multiple accidents, deaths, and unexplained events that occurred during its production. During filming, an unexplained fire destroyed much of the McNeil house set, delaying production for weeks. The most unsettling part is that Regan's room, where the possession scenes took place, was left intact, leading to speculation about a supernatural energy. Before the premiere, 9 people connected to the production lost their lives, including Jack McGoran, who played Burke Dennings, and Vasiliki Maliaros, who died of natural causes shortly after finishing her scenes. Furthermore, several crew members lost family members during the shoot, adding to the feeling that the film was surrounded by a dark energy. Actress Ellen Burstyn, who played Regan's mother, suffered a severe back injury when a safety harness failed during one scene. Her scream of pain in the film is real, as the fall caused her a permanent injury. Due to the unexplained events, the production decided to bring in a priest to bless the set and calm the tension among the crew. However, the strange occurrences continued, fueling the legend of the curse. Linda Blair, who played Regan, mentioned that the film had a profound impact on her life and that many people associated her with the supernatural. William Friedkin, the director, never denied the strange events but attributed them to coincidences and technical problems. Hollywood has witnessed events that go beyond fiction. These stories leave us with an unsettling question. Were they simple coincidences, or is there something that transcends the screen? Leave us your opinion in the comments. Do you think these events have a rational explanation, or are there unknown forces at play? Subscribe for more stories of film and mystery.
Multiverso Fandom!